Sorry, my video got cut off again. So I'm copyrighting my video via my toe print lines. The actual toe print that's on my toe, which everybody has a different one. Nobody will have the same. Sorry, I have to do this because that woman is really evil, stealing my video to upload to her channel to earn money. My reading is free for the public to view. You can view and remove your history so that as if you have not viewed me. This is something that's free for the people. I'm trying to help everyone. That woman that's doing this thing to copy my video to earn money is evil, wicked, and has a bad intention for the people just because of her own benefit to earn money and to get to be famous. This is a really very evil thing to do. Of course, right now the things that you see, she may not have the same thing because the cards I bought quite long ago. I think it was 2002 when I first start to pick up tarot card readings. So actually I know this for quite a long time already. I'm only doing this so-called public reading, that's charity reading, only this year. I have my own means of earning money. I don't need to earn by card reading. So this is the free charity for everyone that need it. Okay. Right now I shall move the future, near future and near future course card and the final scenario card up while I explain on the past scenario. The past scenario is the 5 of this. Let me pull out of the stuff so you can see it clearly. Okay. Let me pull something back because it's blocking the camera. Okay. This is a 5 of this. That's the past scenario. Okay, for 5 of this, in terms of a family or relationship or any job scenario or business partnership, it's been left out in the cold. Yes, you might be going through a hardship due to this 5 of cups. Not 5 of cups, 5 of pentacles, 5 of this. Okay, look at the 5 of this. It has an eagle that is struggling to actually bring up the 5 pentacles to fly. Holding on to a bar that is actually holding 3 of the pentacles. Which means to say, actually, it's totally out of balance. Yes, for the past few months, most of people's lives have been out of balance. Being left out in the cold because we don't know what is happening. We are being left out in the risk of facing fear, trauma, and getting ill, or any kind of scenario that you are facing that's giving you problem, whether it's at job, whether it's at home, or with friends, partners, soulmates, family, relatives, and whatsoever. They may have a bias. That's why you are being left out in the cold. Look at the eagle. I know the body is green, but have you noticed the neck is extremely green? But look at the way the eagle stretched the neck. It's at its wit's end, pulling everything up. That means going through a very, very tough scenario. Okay, now let's go to the Five of Pentacles. You have two hands that's pulling the bird down. These pentacles with the hands. And there's eyes on the hands. These eyes of the hands may be your intuition that's telling you that things are not right. What is wrong? That's underneath the things. The triangle is in reverse. Everything is going down. Okay. In terms of an economic scenario or business scenario, when the triangle is pointing down, means everything is going down. When it's pointing up, everything is rising. That means all whatever that is up there is being pulled down by this triangle to go down. So it doesn't look like a good scenario, whether it's economy, business, dealings, transactions, family scenario, relationship, or even parents and children relationship, whether it's single parent or they have two parents. Or maybe for some children is their parents pass away, they are taken care by their grandparents. Or some of them is taken care by their grandparents because their parents are working in another state. So in a sense that the children might feel left out in the cold due to this. For the people, they feel left out in the cold. Why? Because the government don't have insufficient information to let them know what is happening right now. Regarding the health crisis scenario, that is very, very vital right now. And for the different countries, a lot of countries is being left out in the cold due to the hiding or burying the hatchet of actual information. That's why we are not able to measure the real scenario of the things, the real numbers, and to take cautious for the things. And all the so-called transmission was only later found out when people actually dig out the truth. This is a very bad thing because all the country has been left out in the cold. Birds symbolize freedom because it soars and flies freely in the sky. It does not, as long as it's not a pet kept in a cage, it has full freedom. Which means to say, in this Five of Pentacles, looking at the Five Pentacles is trying to pull to fly, which means to say it has burden. It cannot fly and soar freely in the sky. We are all being burdened down by any kind of problems, any kind of crisis, whether it's health, financial, work, job, family, relationship. Yes, that's why to say the overall meaning of this card is we have lost our freedom. The cause of this past scenario, Five of Pentacles, is the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is a very creative woman. Let me focus the card. Look at the Queen of Wands. She's dressed in red. Okay. And look at behind. There's a sun that's shining up. Does it look like the old Japanese flag? The old Japanese flag when they were having during the Second World War. Not the current flag of Japan. Yes, it looks like half of that flag. Which means to say the cause of the past may be due to this half of the so-called scenarios that's happening right now is due to this country. Yes, it's only half. This card is an ancient deck, so everything is the ancient. So not surprising that this flag is the Japan came out with the old flag that it has during the Second World War and before the Second World War. So I believe Japan has something to do with the current scenario from the looks on the card. I'm not wrong. I'm definitely not wrong according to what I see and what I feel, because I'm feeling the energy on the card right now. And look at that. There's cracks on the floor. You see? These cracks, and there's water as well. Yes, it may look like a river, stream, or it may look like the ocean with the moon reflection. But there's crack in the seabed, which signifies there's going to be earthquake in the future. May not be now, but in the past, it has already had several seismic earthquakes nearby Japan, underground sea level, the seabeds. So I don't know whether it has caused crack below. If it has already, there may be a tsunami coming. Because whenever there's cracks or shifting, they are actually shifting the earth plates where later on there will be a tsunami hitting. And from this card, you can also see that this is the floor, soil, with cracks on the ground. And the cracks on the ground will only appear there when there's an earthquake. Unless it's a concrete ground that's been built there for a long time, where it expands and it contracts, expands and contracts, then there will be crack lines. But the crack lines will not be like this, irregular. This kind of crack line is caused by earthquake. So it may be the cause of the past scenario, but we have to be prepared that there will be earthquake that's causing crack on the floor. That means destruction to any country. My spread came out last week, and the video spread. I'm talking about earthquake. After I finished uploading, which they delayed my a lot because they were stealing my video. The part that I was talking about the earthquake, that day, 5:24 p.m. plus 800 hours GMT, the earthquake took place in Croatia, causing huge damages and everything in Croatia, which is a long time since the last earthquake hit in the 1880s. My spread is very accurate when I go according to intuition, not just the meaning of the card, which I do not normally emphasize on the thing unless I really need to. Look at, she's wearing red, and she has horns on her head. From what I see, yes, she looks like an Aries card. But one thing I have to emphasize, this may not be a female. This may be a male carrying the energy of the Queen of Wands. And from what I see, the Queen of Wands is creative in a way that is not for the people, it's for her own good, I believe, in some way. Or maybe if it's not for her own good, it will be something like she actually helping another person that has an agenda that she's not known of, but she's using her creativity to expand and help this person. She's carrying a wooden stick branch that has a fork. Which means there was a two-way to go. Probably this two-way, one is right and one is wrong. And the wrong one was taken. That's why I end up in Five of Pentacles, left out in the cold. Yes, Queen of Wands supposed to be a very, very good energy. But from the looks of this card, her creativity or her so-called talents might be misused by another party or an authority or boss or any figure, or maybe in the family or the male dominant in the family. It may not be male. It may be a female that's using this energy, using a partner. There's a male carrying this energy as well. Okay, for the Five of Pentacles, you notice the background. There's fire burning behind. Yes, it's bright yellow, but it looks like fiery fire burning behind. Normally, Five of Pentacles will not have fiery fire. From what I see from the card is that has been past heated arguments, quarrels, whether it's within or maybe political fights, office politics, that has brought about a lot of destruction. Yeah, the fire burns everything, destroys everything. And the other scenario for the current health crisis is, yes, these fires actually shows that a lot of bodies has been cremated for the health crisis scenario in the past, which may be still taking place right now. The present scenario is the desire card. This desire card is actually the devil's card. Yes. To me, in some way, it actually not entirely devil, partially devil, because this desire card is actually the strength card. Yes, the strength card in normal deck, normal tarot card deck. Look at this woman. She's naked. In this picture, she's naked. Yeah, she has two cones that's covering her breast, and she has some paste stickers that's covering her private parts, but she's naked. That means we have to have strength to actually to fight the desire to have extramarital relationships, to have sex, that's outside of your legal partner or your current partner being unfaithful. That is what this card illustration looks like. From the first look. Okay. Desire means everyone is having a desire. Desire doesn't mean it must be sex. It's a form of addiction. That means for this card, you have to have the strength to overcome the desire. Or the other word that is actually what desire means is any form of unhealthy addictions. Yes, it may be drugs, alcohol, smoking, money, overworking, power hunger, any kind of addictions. Yes. This kind of addictions is actually induced by the desire of individual human, causing them to have this. And this desire can be suppressed with strength. Okay, look at her. Behind there's 3 Buddhas. Okay, Buddhas actually represents a clear head of mind in terms of their religion and their beliefs, which means they actually do not believe in having desires. That means whether it's money, food, drugs, power, sex, or control. Power, control, controlling people is actually not in their context of the Buddha's teaching. Everything should be free and pure. No corruption. That's why to have the strength to overcome the desire, we must have a complete clear mind. Do not have any greed, corruption, or any form of addiction. Actually, greed and corruption is due to addiction. Yes, you want something so much that you are acting greedy and corrupted. Yes. It may be your desire for money that make you corrupt. That's for an example. You see, there's a lion that's pressing his paw on the book. Yes, he's safeguarding the book of knowledge, not to be taken by the devil. The lion is to safeguard the knowledge. Which means our current scenario, we must have all these things in order to overcome the situation. A clear-headed mind, a fair and justice view conception, to overcome the current, whether it's health, economy, business, family, or relationship crisis scenario. Another thing I talked about, corruption is money. And the power control is due to the desire of the ego of a person. That's why you have the desire to want to have the power to control, because the person's ego is too big. He cannot admit defeat. He cannot admit that he's in the wrong. That's why he wants to control. Yes, there's two kinds of people that control. There's one kind that is for the good of the people. There's one kind that is for their own selfish greed. That's why they are controlling. That's why they have power hunger. For those that's just and right, they do not have power hunger. We are supposed to be just and right, just like the Buddhas. Teachings, justice, right. It's not talking about a religion. In this case, I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about the concept of what is the things and how we view the thing to overcome the current scenario. Yes, it may be from the Buddha's teaching, but it's in terms of character. To have a clear mindset, we must have a pure heart, coming from a good intention, not for our own benefit. In this way, only will the problem be able to be resolved. Look at the background. It's fiery again. Yes. When it's fiery, it means it's fire. It's still in a heated scenario right now. And this one also heated. Almost every country is in a stage where it's either states of emergency or they reach a certain level of health crisis where they restrict the movement of the people, restrict the freedom of the movement of those people, having unnecessary or non-essential trips to prevent the being infected with the virus or spreading the virus. For the Buddha's teaching, it actually talks about having a calm, quiet mindset. Calm, quiet, and clear mindset. This is what we need when we need to solve a problem. But for them, it's constantly having this kind of mindset all the time. That's why a lot of things are not a problem to them. I mean for the Buddhas. That's what their teachings are talking about. And those people, when they have reached that kind of peace, understanding, yes. It doesn't have to be the Buddhist religion. It can be any religion. Even spiritual path or spiritual realm. When you follow along any spiritual path, when you are walking along any spiritual path, we have to have a clear mindset, a calm mindset, and a quiet mindset. All these three just do not just apply to the mindset. It also applies to the heart. Yes, it also applies to the heart. So that when this all combines together, your body will be in a very calm manner, where you are able to see all the details of the problem and know where to pick the thing and know what is the best decisions to be made and which option you choose to do to solve the problem. Yes, a lot of the authorities are advising us to live in solidarity to prevent the spread of the virus for the health crisis. Even if you are doing business investment, business dealings, transactions, you have to have a clear mindset and calm before you make the decision of which one to invest in. Even if you are buying and selling stock, you may be fast in doing the transaction to buy and sell, but you must have a clear and calm mindset so that you can see everything and calculate everything and forecast the things. Okay, the cause of the present scenario is the Eight of Pentacles. That is to put in work. Every one of us, regardless of which part of the world we are in, which class of society that we are in, working in the family, whether we are children, parents, grandparents, cousins, relatives, uncle and aunties, we each have our role. We have to put in our work. Yes, putting our hands to do the work to help solve the problem, to attain a peace mindset and a peaceful environment. Yes, the Buddhist teaching from the Buddha is to have a peaceful environment, peaceful life. Okay, notice behind all this, they are the leaves. Yes, leaves means money. We need money to support our current scenario. But look at the leaves. They are all withered. Yes, brown. They are not dark green or bright green anymore. They are half withered. That means our resources are draining. Yes, every country is having draining of resources. No matter how much money is in the stock market, you'll be burnt. Why? Because our current crisis need a lot of funds to solve the problem. And look at the pentacles. That's Eight of Pentacles. There are different things. Okay, for this Chinese character, it means marriage. This one, I think, is the Arabic character. I don't understand what is this. This is the Chinese have this pot at the temples where they actually either they burn fire, smoke, for people to smoke their hands, blessings from the temple. That the Indian temples also have, not in the Chinese, Buddhist or Taoist temples. The Indian temples also have some of this. This container is actually for burning joss sticks. Yes, for actually putting the joss sticks inside the joss stick, burnt joss stick dust, particles, not bad, dust, particle sand, where you actually push the joss stick into the particles for it to stand, to be offered to the gods or deities or the Buddhas at the temples. And for this star, I think one of the country has this. If I'm not wrong, it's a Middle East country. The other mean for the star is also hope. And for the triangle, remember I talked about the economy? There will be ups and downs because it's pointing up and down. You'll be going up and down and down. is inevitable. This is the wheel that you see in every ship, where the captain will be turning the wheel for the direction of the ship to be sailing. Yes, for maneuver of the ship's direction. This is very important for our current course, current scenario. That we have reached this stage is the wheel maneuver that have reached this stage. Our ship that is sailing to the current scenario, this is the wheel that has been controlled to sail into the current scenario. And there's water. Okay, this water actually in Chinese it means fortune, good luck, money, profit pouring in. But the profit pouring in is limited because the color is green. And it's withered green. It's not bright green. That's all I say. I got to say that for this. That means a lot of hard work has been put in. But the earned profit or money or fund is insufficient. This star also means military or police. Yes, currently they are using the military and police to control the movement of the people. And this moon and the star represents the Muslim religion. That's what I believe. We usually represent the crescent moon and the star. So maybe at the crescent moon we will see something. Maybe there's a glimpse of hope during the crescent moon. This is the sign on top of the cathedral or church that we normally see the buildings. That's why I tell you there's all religions, basic religions down here. They're symbolized by different things. Because some of the religions have the same kind of signs. And then for another thing, there's a peon flower that's blooming in the middle. Yes, the flower bloom because of our hard work that we have put in. We have some reward due to the hard work. But you look at the color, it's fading already. It's no more the red color flower. The color is fading. The flower is withering. That means our resources is actually going down. Our money is also draining at a fast speed, if I'm not wrong, due to the current crisis that the world is facing. This is another religion or Asian sign, I believe. This one, I don't know what it is, but it may look like Egyptian, Celtic. Sorry, they're stealing my chakra. My throat is a bit itchy. It always like this when they start to steal my chakra. That's why you find my voice is getting hoarser. It wasn't so hoarse when I was start of the video. I'm not you. If I have a time, I'll record my voice that's not hoarse and I upload for you to listen. Okay, from this whole card, you look at the leaves. The leaves are from different plants and flowers. which exists in different parts of the world. Yes, in different seasons and weather, but all the leaves are whittling. That means the scenario is whittling, despite the fact we are putting in hard work. Now we still need to put in extra more hard work because all has withered, so that we can produce more. This is another reason why the leaves are withering. That we have the Eight of Pentacles that we need to put in hard work. That means all different countries and religions have to combine together to work hard to actually go through this entire crisis scenario. It's not just the health, because economy will also ultimately be affected. Because economy is the one that's pumping the fund into to solve the health crisis problem, to solve the family problem for everyone. You see, it's returning. Because if I don't complain, they'll keep on chanting to steal away my chakra until I talk until my voice is very hoarse. These men are very evil. Let me tell you the origin of chakra stealing chanting. It originates from India. Yes, India. Hinduism. There's a cult in the Hinduism. There's this chanting that steals the chakra. They are the evil cults among them. Those people that knows this will understand what I'm talking about. Those who are using the cult chanting. Okay, I'm talking about a near future scenario. There's karma in reverse. Justice in reverse. Yes, this is the justice card. Justice is number 11, which is after the wheel of fortune. And it's in reverse. That means there's no justice to the near future scenario, overall scenario. There won't be any justice. Why? Because a lot of things have been covering up. Everybody wants to be in control. No matter it's family, workplace, company, country, there will be no justice. Right now is everyone is looking out for their own good. That's what I have to tell you. Okay, you notice something? For justice, there's two person sitting on two sides, reverse. If it's in upright, it's here. If it's in reverse, it's here. Notice this person has a human color, but this person is pale white because it's a dead ghost. That means there's going to be a lot of death. The death number will rise again. It may not be death. In some scenario, it may be family members will be falling sick. When they fall sick, they will look pale. Of course, they won't look bright like this color, skin color. They will look pale like this. May not be as pale as this, but this represents pale. That means this represents there will be weak in business, dealings, transactions, economy, stock market, in terms of dealing profits. When they buy and sell, it will not be as much as in the past, because the situation is very pale. All this blue and grayish. And notice the ring that's behind her is dark black brown. That means it's not a bright scenario. The bright scenario that's auspicious and red is in reverse, below. That means it's over. That's why justice in reverse, karma in reverse, that means there's no justice. And for this no justice card, why is it named as karma? That means when this one is up, the karma will be served to those that did bad things. This is the karma or retribution that's hitting in the current scenario. That means that those that have been corrupting will have to lose out in current scenario. Having been in control, they are going to have their karma and retribution served. Inevitably. This is the universal force that's putting them in this order for the past deeds that they have done. Because if you sow kind seeds and hardworking seeds,